Welcome into Rise into Realness. This is your host, Vanessa Manunga. I'm very happy, excited, honored to receive with us today Clark Cadet, who is, I've known you for a while now, actually, is a longtime friend. And he will be talking to us about our finances. He's an expert in financial advice. So he will give us a lot of credit advice, a lot of finances advices so that we can be better with our money, right? We all need some clarity as to where our money go and all that. So I'm so excited and we will learn a lot. And this is a great one not to be missed. So we are gonna know who's Clark, who is Clark Cadet, right? Let's know him deeper. Let's know what inspires him, what makes him him, and why finance? Why now? Right? Who's behind this? So we are gonna dig into that. Hi, Clark. How
Hello,
are
hello.
you?
I am good, Vanessa. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Such a pleasure. I'm really honestly excited to meet you here in our studio. Rising to Realness. We are so excited to have you, honestly.
I love the platform. I've been a fan. I've been following for a minute on social medias, and I was like, you know
Right.
what? When you reached out, I was like, yeah, this is the
Right.
good fit. So really blessed to be here, and I hope I can drop some gems today.
We are excited about that.
Amazing.
Definitely, we are excited to hear all about it. But before we jump into finances, because we are going to learn more about that, let's get to know you. Let's get to know who's Clark, where did you grow up, where did you come from, and please just enlighten us a bit to get to know the person you are.
No, amazing. Yes, I'm Clark Cadet. I'm 41 years old. I
Okay.
was born in Montreal. I left when I was 3 years old with my mother. We moved to Florida. I
Oh,
spent
okay.
20 years there, and I came
Oh,
back in
okay.
2009. I mean, everybody asks the same question, right? Why would you leave the beach and the sun all year long to come back to the snow? Well,
Right.
you want to know where your roots are from. You want to know where you were
Mm-hmm.
born. So I came back, went to school here. I went to Trebas Institute. I studied
Okay.
music management there, made a lot of good contacts.
Right.
And through my journey, the one thing that was common is that there was really no one to support us financially.
Oh, okay.
So, especially in our community, it wasn't cool.
Right.
Like you go to the basketball court or you go to the barbershop and no one's talking about credit,
No one.
right? So,
Mm-hmm.
when I wanted to start my first business and I got informed on credit, the bank said no, 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 no. And
Okay.
rather than walking away, I said why?
Oh,
And then
there.
that's what
So,
changed everything.
okay,
So,
so the bank said no, and
mhm.
then you that kind of just clicked something inside of you. Instead of you just being okay, desperate and being like, okay, I have no money. They said no, let me just give up. You are like, no, why?
Yeah.
You, s-
Why no? So the
yeah,
why made me go out and reach into my community and say, okay, well, who
right,
can inform me? And there
right.
was no one. So
Oh,
I'm not a
wow.
financial advisor. I'm a financial coach. There's a big difference.
Okay,
Advisors tell
okay,
you where to place your money to make
right.
money.
Okay.
Coaches, we teach you how to manage your money. So your
Mm-hmm.
structure has to be there. So, for example, I can't tell you to invest in something if you're struggling to do your groceries every week, right? So
Yeah,
there's no place to invest to get more if we're
right.
just our basics are not
Yeah.
being handled. So what I ended up doing is getting informed and checking to see, okay, you know what? There's no information out there. There's no one that I can really look up to that can give me what I need.
Yeah.
So I'm going to become that person. So I
Mm-hmm.
told the banks why. They told me. I went back 6 months, which is the minimum or maximum, should I say, that you could come back.
Right. Okay.
And they approved me for $100,000. No
Wow.
clients, no business structure, just knowing how to speak to them. So then I took that and I said,
Right.
I'm going to repeat it with multiple people, friends. And when we
Right.
repeated it, I figured out the recipe and then I started turn that into a business.
Oh wow, that's so inspiring actually. And I commend you for this. This is really like something not many people will do. Because
Appreciate
you
it.
went from a no, 6 months later, you got 100,000. We have to look into what went inside your head, the type of thoughts you had to grow inside of you to be able to just be like, okay, what was going on in your head actually for you to go from zero, from a no to 100. So obviously you had to speak. You had, and you mentioned that you didn't even have a plan, like a structure or
Nothing.
anything. So
Nothing.
what went on inside of you? So this would actually tell us a lot about motivations or intentions and of faith and
Absolutely.
our decisions. Once you really want something, you decide to go for it, and you push through. But then take us to your mindset and the mind process for you to go from 0 to 100K.
Absolutely. I don't know where it began. I guess I'd have to ask my mother because she says I've always been like that since a kid,
Oh
but
wow,
I don't
okay.
believe in losses.
Oh
I
wow.
only believe in lessons.
Mindset.
So,
Mindset is a big, it's a big setup,
of course,
because this got you from 0 to 100K
exactly.
in six
So I
months.
could have walked out of the bank and said, this is not going to work, forget
Right.
it. But I said, no.
Depressed. Literally
Yeah,
depression.
that's it.
That's
So,
most people would do. I'm like, I'm done. Depressed,
and that's
crying.
why I started my business because most people
Right.
have that mindset. They get
Yeah.
told no and they say, oh, I can't do this.
No.
But in our community, especially because it's taboo to talk about money,
Yeah.
I said, you know what? If I can do this for myself,
Right.
document my steps, repeat it with multiple people so I know it works, and then everything that comes in between, jot it down. Now I can do this for my community. So basically, I
Yeah.
wanted to become the mentor that didn't exist.
Wow. Okay.
So that was my
Okay.
big motivation. And of course, that started with me opening Clark Cadet Consulting and
Right.
then my nonprofit, the Cadet Care Foundation,
Mm-hmm.
which we do financial literacy for youth. And then obviously with the Financial Literacy Academy, which is now my online school that I teach
Wow.
about
Okay.
financial literacy. So everything is based around filling that gap of there's no one in the community that takes charge to
Right.
really make sure we're good. So I
Yeah.
wanted to make that role something that is available to every and anyone.
Hmm. Wow, that's very interesting. And thank you so much for sharing that, because that is the reason why you went back there in that bank that time, the second time, and you did get 100K loan. And
Absolutely.
it really comes from that, the small details that we may overtake, we may ignore, that makes up the difference from you and Clark. Because now, you're building things, you are growing multiple businesses around finances with different type of people from different backgrounds, different status, different age gaps, and it's very important in the community. We need it. We need you.
Oh, well, thank you. And I need the community. Like it's a passion project. So when you
Right.
have a business, if you go in and your goal is finances, making income only, I don't believe your business will be successful. I don't.
Ooh,
I think you have to
hear
lead with
that.
passion. You have to
Hear
lead with
that.
love, lead with passion, and you have to want it. Because the thing is
Right.
that at some point in time, you're gonna have to do work for free in
Mm-hmm.
order to build, your status, in order to have
And
examples
how
of how to
long?
do it.
How long would
Hmm.
you be willing to work for free? Because on Instagram, on social media, it makes it seem like it's overnight success. We heard 6 months you got 100K, but it doesn't mean that you start making money straight off.
No.
So we have to understand that it's actually a process. And how long are you willing to wait? And how many sacrifices are you willing to make to be able to grow that business?
I love what you just said because that breaks the point. So if you ask me, well, what did you do with the 100K, Clark? That
Yeah.
100K was invested in my business and nobody saw it. And for 2 years, I was paying interest, very low because there were lines of credits, obviously,
Okay.
paying interest on that money for 2 years without seeing any return. But then when
Okay.
the return came, it came in triple.
Oh, wow.
So it's again understanding what are you investing into. So investing
Right.
into marketing, investing
Mm-hmm.
into creating structure, creating systems, CRMs. I did all of that before income came in because I bet on myself. And that's what
Wow.
I want people to do. Bet on
On
yourself.
yourself. Bet on yourself. Believe in yourself.
That's
Don't
it.
take no for an answer.
No,
Go back and try
no.
again.
Reverse everything. Somebody tells you
Right.
no, it's on. Flip it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
I love that mindset. I really do. And it's very inspiring, for us, everybody. And actually, we are kind of diving into finances a lot, but we want to know more about you, about your person. Um, you say you were born here and then you went back to
Florida.
Florida,
Hmm.
and then for 20 years. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So, what's your family like? Tell us about your siblings, your parents, and what makes you you from your background?
I'm so blessed. I mean, I was raised just by my mother. I'm an only child
Oh
of my
wow.
mother, but my
Okay.
father has a lot of siblings, a lot of children.
A lot of
So I
children.
have siblings. I still consider
Okay.
them siblings at the same time. Most of
Okay.
them I didn't meet until I moved back to
Oh
Montreal.
wow.
So I knew no
Okay.
one growing up. But
Okay.
when I came here, I was blessed to meet my sister Karina. My favorite shout out to
Interesting.
Karina.
Hi, Karina.
And she introduced me to the rest of my siblings, sisters.
Okay.
There's aunts and uncles and nephews.
Wow.
The
So
cadet family's huge. Let's put it
you
that
have a
way.
huge
Oh
family
yeah, oh
and you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
a solo child anymore.
No, I mean I still have a solo mentality, but I
Yeah.
understand that
Right.
there are people that have this share the same bloodline as me, and I respect
Okay.
that.
Right.
But that upbringing of being
Hmm.
alone and watching my mother work 12-hour shifts, she's a nurse,
Yeah.
and then me having to handle things on my own
Yeah.
made me understand that in life nobody's going to give you anything. So that
Right.
same mentality, when I went to the bank, I was like, okay, they're not going to give me anything. I have to make sure I put myself in a position
Right.
where I have to take it.
Wow. So
And that's what
okay.
transitioned into really, I think my business mentality comes from understanding that survival is what brings success. So you survive first and then you see success.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's very interesting because as you mentioned you were alone and then you got to meet your siblings after. That's actually similar to me. I
Oh,
I actually yeah, I'm alone, right? But I do have siblings from both sides,
yeah.
mom one and then my father I have multiple. I don't know all of them. But yeah, that's a typical thing sometimes with parents,
Hmm.
let's say. Okay. So we share the same experience in that sense that we do have siblings from our father's side.
Hmm.
Yeah, but then the fact that you were a solo child, so you spent a lot of time alone. You spent time building your character because no one will be there to, if you get bullied, if if you need emotional support, it
Yeah,
wasn't always just there like people who have siblings and they get along with their siblings have, daily support. You didn't
that's
have
right.
that. So you had to build a character from that. So it's like it's about turning your lemon into lemonade,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Whatever life is handing you, go ahead, use that. See, I feel like we always have to ask, what is this here to teach me?
Exactly.
Like if you're going through something hard in life, you're going through life and you have questions,
Hmm.
the question I feel like we have to have in our mind is like, what is this situation here to teach me? Because we can always find that blessing in disguise,
Exactly.
right? Because you using that solo experience as a child to grow a business now that is doing well, it's growing, it keeps growing. We define success in
Yeah.
different ways. You
Yeah.
are already
Yeah, I
successful,
was gonna say,
but
yeah,
you are
I'm already super successful in my mind because
exactly.
my goals are there, right? So
Exactly. So you are successful, and you are going to be more obviously successful as the year goes by, because we all have different goals in life and all that. So yeah,
absolutely.
that's very commending to see that we turn our lemons into lemonade and use the things that may have looked like a disadvantage, not having siblings, not having many friends, to turn it into something positive because you use that time.
Of course. I mean, I grew up in South Florida, Lauderhill, Deep Side to be precise. A lot of people don't even know where that is, but if you Google
Okay.
that, you'll know it's a very high crime rate,
Oh
high
wow.
drug populated area.
Wow.
But
Okay.
my mother, we moved around quite often, and
Right.
eventually we went to an area that was a little bit nicer of an area.
Okay.
So I had to adjust mindsets. You deal with
Okay.
different people in different ways, and it made
Right.
me understand that you never judge someone by their cover.
Never.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever. You never know.
Right.
The most rough looking person could be the
Right.
sweetest person in the world, and the sweetest
Exactly.
person in the world could be the
Ooh.
biggest thief.
Ooh.
So you just have to really give everybody an opportunity to show you their character, treat everybody with
Exactly.
respect, and that's how you do it. And I think that transitioned into my business, which is why I've made so many great connections. I've been able to help so many people in the Montreal area. I mean, we're talking over 130 clients in
Wow.
our
Okay.
community, black community.
Black.
So,
Okay.
so
Well, let's give a round of applause for that. Because I know that our community, especially, it's not really easy to get into them because
absolutely.
we are not used to it. It's very a taboo subject, like you
Oh my
mentioned.
gosh.
So it's very hard to break the glass
Of
and
course.
gain their trust and let them, you know, trust you to help them. It's like,
Absolutely.
you were able to do that.
To be honest with you, I feel like I'm the enemy of a lot of people who
Oh,
try to break into the community too, because I come out
why?
and I say, lead
Mm-hmm.
by example.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone, including me, that says, hey, I can help you do this, you turn around and you say, well, show me how you did yours. Show me yours. Because
Mm.
if I come out and I'm an advisor and I'm telling you invest, invest, invest here, but I can't show you my portfolio that's been successful, how
Mm-hmm.
can I possibly lead you to success? I haven't done it for myself.
Right.
So I take that mentality and I say, I want everyone to challenge me, challenge anyone to say, yes, Clark, I understand what you're saying can happen, but
Mm-hmm.
how? Show me where it
Right.
worked. So this is why I love testimonials. I love being able to, I do a lot of speaking engagements. I bring people that are
Right.
clients to come speak to everyone. Let
Yeah.
them see your real story so you can understand that this is not a gimmick. This is
Yeah.
years of
Oh,
building
exactly.
and experience that's being brought down and given. Like a father figure almost. It's
Yeah.
like I'm going to teach you the experiences I had so you can avoid the headaches
Yeah.
and you can have a shortcut to get to your goal.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. All right. I feel like this is the part where we've been waiting for. Let's dive into, your career, what you do as an entrepreneur, because that's what we're here for, really. We see you doing a lot of amazing things. You're on online, you're on social media, you're on Instagram. Tell us all the platforms that you actually use online so that people can know where to find you and your name.
No, absolutely. So on Instagram, I'm Clark, the financial coach. Clark is spelled Clarck,
Mm-hmm.
the financial coach. TikTok, same thing. LinkedIn, Clark Cadet. Facebook, Clark Cadet. I mean, it's if you type in Clark Cadet, you will find me somewhere. Or if you type in finance or debt consultation, you'll find me.
Okay.
And I mean, as far as the business ventures go, everything is all one umbrella for
Okay.
me. So the goal was to help people with their financial literacy
Mm-hmm.
and get them to a point where they're out of debt and they're managing their income properly. So when your paycheck comes in, you're not stressing anymore. You're not like, oh my goodness, all these bills are going to get paid and I'm going to have $20 left till next payday. That's the only reason that happens is because of bad habits. So I help people change their habits.
Mm-hmm.
And when you change your habits, you start to see everything grow.
Yeah.
So, as far as my business ventures go, Clark Cadet Consulting being the main business,
Okay.
is to help people, professionals, entrepreneurs, pre-retirees, and teens with their finances.
Mm-hmm.
So I do coaching programs one-on-one
Okay.
uh, through that. Then the Financial Literacy Academy was built, which is an
Mm-hmm.
online platform, and that platform is for four lanes as well: teens, professionals,
Right.
entrepreneurs, and retirees, but
Right.
at your own pace. So
Mm-hmm.
you watch the videos, you do the exams, you do everything, and that's that. So
All
that's the
right.
academy, and then obviously I do a lot of workshops,
Okay.
speaking all over Canada, really teaching financial literacy.
Right.
And next we've got some more things coming. So
Oh yeah.
there's an
It keeps
ebook.
growing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh right.
So
Okay.
four new ebooks are coming out this
Okay.
year, and
Nice.
lots of things. We're always moving, but again, the whole
Yes.
goal is to serve our community,
Yeah.
right? And by
Yeah.
our community, it has nothing to do with race.
Right.
Anyone that is in a community, like when I lived in Montreal, I was in Ville
Right.
Saint Laurent. If you know
With
Ville Saint
some.
Laurent,
Right.
every culture lives in Ville Saint
Right.
Laurent. It's a mix.
Yeah.
So if you were in Ville Saint Laurent, you can black, Arab, Chinese, white, doesn't matter what you
Yeah.
were part of the
The
community,
community,
right?
exactly. We have to highlight that because we're both brown.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about community, it may actually sound like we mean the black
Exactly.
community only, but
Everyone.
really it's not, because obviously the community is filled with people from different backgrounds,
Absolutely.
various countries, nationalities, and that's
That's it.
what makes this place so beautiful.
Oh
That's
yes.
what attracts people here, because we're able
Exactly.
to all cohabitate with each other
Mm-hmm.
and be one community and learn from each other, grow together, make life more beautiful.
Absolutely. The
Right.
marginalized community is what it is, and honestly, finance and brotherhood and sisterhood is not
Right.
about color. It's not at
No,
all.
no.
So we need to break that
Yeah.
stigma that it's about that.
Yeah,
Anybody who needs help
definitely.
should be able to get help.
Be free to contact Clark anytime. He will
Absolutely.
respond. He's very a kind guy. Uh, for sure. I've known him for a while. So you can definitely get in touch, DM him, call him. He'll be there to assist you, regardless of your
Absolutely.
background. Though actually, that goes into my next question,
Hmm.
because for someone who feels embarrassed and ashamed about their background, their credits, their finances, what's the first thing that you would want them to understand?
The first thing I want them to understand is what has happened to you does not dictate your future.
Mm,
Like you decide what you're gonna do.
right.
Everyone's been in debt. I've been in debt.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have credit card debts and not understand why was it so important to pay this credit card here when I need to pay that.
Right.
But had to learn the hard way. So shame should not exist with finance
Mm,
whatsoever. Anything you've done in the past, you can fix. The
right.
problem is if you ignore it, it's
Ooh.
just going to continue to grow. And then when it's time for you to address it, it's too late. Now it's hurting you and it's costing you a lot of money. So I would tell people don't be ashamed. Don't be in a mindset of, oh my goodness, if I do this, it's going to be bad. No, you need to speak to someone who
Yeah.
deals with this on a day to day and
Yeah.
be honest. So that's why when people book a call with me, the first thing they do is fill out a form.
Right.
And that form makes you be vulnerable. You have to
Okay.
put the information that's
Right.
there and I will assess it. So when I come into our call, our consultation call, I'm already understanding your situation and I
Right.
can make you feel comfortable.
Okay, thank you for actually answering that and clarifying this, because that this is what stops a lot of people, to be honest. Like everybody in general who haven't studied finance, or like the main the general community wouldn't know much about how to manage, or even when things are wrong, how to ask. So it's like it's very hard for
Of course.
people to actually just admit, first of all, that okay, I'm not great at this, and I should ask somebody, I should ask an expert, I
That's
should
it.
ask Clark. But then that feeling of embarrassment, feeling like maybe I should have known at my age, I'm too grown. I should have known this earlier. And then, it's kind of hard for them to actually just break the glass and ask. But then it's for your own benefit. I would, really encourage you to, you know, to be humble, because after humility comes success. So to be
Absolutely.
humble enough to say that I don't know this as I should, and let me just ask questions. Ask him questions before even telling your story. If you feel too embarrassed about that, he's going to answer you, and then when you feel more comfortable, you can let him in into what's really going on in your own personal life. So that's a
Absolutely.
way of introducing yourself to an
Absolutely.
expert.
Listen, I tell people all the time, I understand. We're going to make excuses naturally to say, well,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I've managed it for
Right.
this much. I can do it. So I challenge people. I say it's very simple. If you have a $500 credit card debt, right? And that $500 credit card debt is costing you, let's just say $80 a month. Okay. If you had a line of credit and you use the same $500, your payment would be $22 a month.
Mm.
So if I told you 22 versus 80, for example, and your money's tight, there's a big difference there. And
Yeah.
the only difference for you is that you didn't know this existed. So
Exactly.
ask questions, get
Yeah.
informed, and you lose nothing.
Nothing.
You lose nothing.
Literally nothing. You have everything to gain,
Hmm.
but it's just the hard part is really us as human being getting over ourselves, our ego, our pride,
Of
and
course.
just being able to be vulnerable enough to be like, hey, I don't know this, or I need help with this, and you're gonna be better after that, for sure.
Absolutely.
For
And life
sure.
will humble you yourself because you know what? Eventually, like you're paying these bills, paying bills, they're piling up. The moment you're gonna want to look at this is when you're like, wait a minute, my paycheck came in for 1,200 and I've
Right.
got $1,000 in bills
Yeah.
and I'm paying this much. You know what? This is too much. And then if you have a conversation and
Yeah.
I explain to you, hey, you could actually be saving half of that just by
Right.
doing one thing,
Woo.
then you say, oh, okay. Now it's worth it to look into it
Exactly.
because it's gonna save me
Yeah.
money every month.
All right, okay. And what are the biggest myth people believe about credit score in general?
Oh man.
That's actually like hurting them right now.
Oh, uh, one late payment doesn't do anything. Oh,
Mm,
it's just okay. I missed it. I'll make the minimum payment. No. So here's what they don't teach you in school. The reason
right.
I have
Mm-hmm.
a career in this,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't teach you in school that if you have one late payment
Right.
and it's reported late for 7 years, the banks will ask you about it. So
Wow.
you're 18, right? You get your
Right.
credit card. Oh, $1,000. You go, you spend, and you make the minimum payment. Minimum payment. One day you forget 1 month, and then they report it as late. You go to university. You get your great job. 4 or 5 years later, you're ready to buy your first house.
Mm.
You've got a lot of money,
Right.
and they ask you, so what happened here? Why do you have a late payment
Yeah.
from 18? Because it matters. Your credit history is super important. So that's why I want to work with the youth, especially before they turn 18, to
Mm-hmm.
get them educated. But it doesn't mean
Right.
when you're older, it's too late for you. It's not. You just really need to sit down, get everything in order so that you can make the changes needed.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Youth really need to get into it. I wish I had somebody in my youth to actually tell me I'll be so much farther in life.
We all would be,
Like
honestly.
for
Yeah,
real,
yeah,
we all want to do something with our lives. We all want something meaningful, but then start early, right?
that's it.
Be surrounded by the right people,
That's it.
coaches, experts, and they are available at this day and age. Social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you have everybody there. So, you can just reach out to me for real estate, to Clark for finances, and
Absolutely.
you will get so much more advices and, clarity that would enable you to move forward better,
100%.
faster, on a steady foundation, right? Talking about real estate, because I am a real estate broker. I I do sell homes of every range: luxury, first time home buyers, investors, plexus. If you are looking for that, you need advice, or you just need you just need to know how it works. Feel free to contact me. Don't feel bad, because sometimes I get people, oh, I'm sorry for wasting your time. You're not wasting my time. This is my job. This is why I'm here for, and I love it. As Clark mentioned, it's not just about being successful for ourselves. It's about serving the community
Of
and the
course.
people in this kind of roles. The reason why we are actually moving forward is because we had to endure a lot, and we had to, like, the reason why we're still standing and moving forward is because we truly have the love for the community. We
100%.
truly we truly are here for you, because if it was for the
Absolutely.
money, personally speaking, if it was for the money, me, myself, and I would not be here. Okay, I would not be here. But
I
it's
hear you.
truly because I love serving people. I love helping people, and that's the reason why I'm here. So feel free. Don't feel like you're going to waste my time. Don't feel embarrassed, because, that's just something stopping you from moving forward.
Exactly.
So on the other side of that, there is, yeah, real estate. You mentioned that, yeah, you can assist people so that they can,
Hmm.
grow their down payment or their savings to be able to afford real estate.
Oh, yeah.
So for first-time home buyers who are planning to probably purchase on the next 12 to 24 months, what would you tell them to start doing today in order to prepare for their credit score or their finances in general?
I love this question. And in my program, my one-on-one coaching, this is what we
Mm.
focus on. So the goal
Okay.
is for them to put themselves in a position to purchase their first home, whether it's
Okay.
commercial, a
Okay.
personal home, investment. So
Interesting. Click
this
that.
is, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
know, so
Okay.
this is what it is.
Okay.
So the most important thing
Mm-hmm.
is to be aware. So you're in
Right.
Canada, download the Borrowwell app,
Mm-hmm.
download the Credit Karma app. They're free. And
Right.
this is what's going to tell you what's going on with your credit. Be aware. If you're like, oh, I don't want to look at it because I'm afraid of what's there, trust
Mm-hmm.
me, the surprise that's going to come to you when you go to apply for your mortgage
It's
is worse.
worst.
You don't want that one. So be prepared, be
Right.
proactive. So
Mm-hmm.
download your credit score
Yeah.
and reach out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Book a consultation call, and what we'll do is go over your goals, and
Right.
I can give you a plan that you can set on your own and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because honestly, uh, if you address something now, in 6 months, the amount of money that you can receive from a bank for a property can be 30 to 40% more, just
Mm-hmm.
because you made a little adjustment. So
Right.
the biggest thing that hurts us
Yeah.
is not getting informed properly.
Yeah, for sure. Not getting informed. And for somebody with a very bad credit
Mhm.
score, can they realistically turn their things around? And what would that look like?
1,000%.
Yeah?
A majority of my clients that come in either
Mm-hmm.
had bankruptcies, consumer proposals, or in really bad debts and collections,
Oh,
and we
okay.
help fix that immediately.
Can be
A
fixed.
hundred percent, a hundred
Right.
percent. All it takes is the discipline,
Mhm. Mhm.
the right coaching, and the right plan. And I create all three of those for you
Oh
in a
wow.
sense
So.
where you don't only have a plan, but you have
Mhm.
someone that is there to keep you accountable. So as a coach, me, I
Yeah.
literally make sure when you get paid and your paycheck
Yeah.
comes in, your money is going to the right places. And when you
Right.
get used to it, then you don't need me anymore because now you're used to what happens in your rhythm.
Exactly. It's a bit like learning to ride a bike.
That's
You
right.
need help, you need support, and then once you get in the heck of it, you don't need anybody
That's it.
anymore. You start just rolling and
Yeah,
speeding and speeding, and
that's it.
whoop, before you know it, you're good.
Then
More
they
than
and
good,
then they
better than
contact you
good.
to go get their first house, and then that's it. You see,
Exactly, exactly.
everything
And
works out.
that's how it grows. And from your first house, because, homes are really investments, great way to invest your money. And, that's how you're going to leverage your home. You're going to get more real estate, more cash flow. That's it. And your life is better, more relaxed. You don't
A
feel
hundred percent.
like you are running out of time in life because most people just rush through life. We don't talk about it enough, how it's like you go to work, you come back home, before you know it you have to go to work again, you don't have time to socialize, but meanwhile it's like you are so tired from work. When it's you have your 2 days off, you're just like sleeping.
That's it. That's it.
So it's really good to know how to to use your money so you can decide on how you want to spend your time.
Of course. Can we do something? Let's kill a myth
Oh,
today.
okay,
We're
let's
gonna.
do that.
I don't like to go on. I don't do scripts, so we're just gonna.
Okay, let's
We're
go.
gonna. Let's
Let's
kill a
do
myth.
it.
People
Let's do it.
say. People say. I don't want to own a home. I'd rather rent.
Mm-hmm.
So I challenge people. I say,
Okay.
when you rent, you're making your landlord rich. You're
Uh-huh.
paying for their investment.
Their
Every
mortgage.
month their mortgage goes down, and
Yeah.
every year your rent goes up. And you're doing that for someone else. When all you need is decent credit and a down payment, and you become the landlord. And then you
Exactly.
grow. And they say, well, Clark, what does that do? So
Oh,
what I do with my clients is, let's say you do a 5-year fixed mortgage.
right.
When it's time to renew your mortgage with
Right.
the right home line plan during the
Mm-hmm.
first 5 years and the right investment strategy into your own money, when
Right.
it's time to renew your mortgage, if I tell you you can pull out 200,000 in 5 years and you can reinvest that into another property, which will then generate enough income to pay for both of your mortgages, then they say,
Right.
"Oh, I didn't know that." Yes. So this is what the power of ownership is.
Exactly.
So this is what I want to kill the myth of renting versus mortgage is not good.
Mortgage.
It's not true. When
Exactly.
you own an asset, you can leverage that asset, and that's how
Yeah.
you grow your business.
Exactly. Thank you for highlighting that because indeed, a lot of people are not aware of it. And, this is huge because when you are renting, right, after 2, 5 years, you still have zero from giving away your money to your landlord,
You own
right?
nothing.
And, versus somebody who was actually still paying this, more or less the same amount as you,
Hmm.
but they have 200, 500K more, the type of lifestyle they would live. I actually have a funny story. It's not
Hmm.
funny. It is a story. One of my clients mentioned. She's like, "Oh, you know what? I had a friend, right? And my friend purchased a home, and I was just waiting because I thought, you know what? It's not a good time." And I don't have my down payment. So obviously that's why we need to contact Clark, right? If you are having trouble with your down payment and you need more help with that. So basically, the friend actually purchased, and then after 3, 5 years, that was a couple of years back, I think, during the pandemic or so,
Hmm.
the house went from like 500 to 1 million,
Hmm.
right? And then she's like, "What? My friend is, acting. She's no longer acting like my friend because, like, she's just, she has so much more money than me now, and so now they're no longer close as they used to
Oh.
because the friends now is feeling like, okay, she's putting her life together. She has money on her hand, and then she's able to have a different lifestyle.
Okay.
Now the other friends is still stuck in the old days and the old ways, so they don't click anymore, right?
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, this is what happens in life. And
Unfortunately, sometimes we hear that. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, this is what happens in life. And then you get jealous of your other friend because the other friend made the decision to purchase a home, when you two could have been in
Yeah,
the same boat
you had the
and
same
be
option.
okay. Let's say go to the beach. Let's travel, to Jamaica or something, and because we want to, leveraging their money on different things. But now it's like one jealous friend is here and one successful friend is here because of their decision making.
Yeah, it's difficult to hear, and I hear it often about the jealousy that happens between friends. Because I don't
Yeah.
even know how jealousy should exist between friends.
Right.
If I'm truly your friend and I'm coming up and
Right.
I'm doing something good, I'm going to tell you every time we speak. Hey, by the way, have you done
Yeah.
any investments? Da, da, da. And if you're like, no, that's not what I want to do, then
Mm-hmm.
you can't be mad at me when I get to where I went. I did the
Yeah.
work for it. So I think that's something that needs to be changed. But you know what? If we make it cool in the community to invest, we make it this is what is nice. Forget
Mm-hmm.
the partying on the weekend. You went out
Right.
Friday night. Why are you going out Saturday? Like, no, no, seriously. Like the money you're gonna spend Saturday,
Right.
rest, put it away, invest it
Mm-hmm.
into something because now your money can bring you something. So if you're always out partying, you've got the newest car on a lease,
Mm-hmm.
you've got all these things that you don't
Right.
own, then that's what you're enjoying those moments. But when your friend now leverages their home and they're deciding, you know what, I'm gonna buy a new vehicle
Right.
and I'm gonna use my home equity line at 3% interest rate
Hmm.
rather than a car loan at 18, 17, 16%. And now I've bought two new vehicles and my mortgage went up by $25 a month. And they're like, what? Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
leveraging my money.
Exactly. That's because they had coaches like Clark helping them out with better decision making. Because we all need help. There's a reason why we do not live alone. Okay, we were all created here in a community for a reason to
Absolutely.
help each other. And if
Absolutely.
we do have the opportunity, the chance to have experts on different fields, why not leverage that? Why not use it?
Why not? Why not? Especially people who have proven track records. We're not talking about the
Exactly.
people on social
Who
media who
are
are
there are
making up
scams
stories. Oh,
as
yeah.
well. They
Oh,
all
my goodness.
that's why people actually worry
That's it.
because trust is it's a big thing because the level of
Oh my
scams.
goodness. Everybody's got a solution. I see them all the time. Yeah, come to me. I'm going to take everything off
What?
of your credit report. No, you're not.
No, you're
No, you're
not.
not. Stop lying to people. Like,
Mhm.
and that's why I said at the beginning. Anybody who offers you something, say, show me yours.
Right.
Show me your track record. I want to talk to
Yeah.
people in the community that I might
Yeah.
know that worked with you that
Exactly.
can, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Refer.
reviews are
Mm-hmm.
very important from
Absolutely.
the previous clients. Talk to them. How do they work? Always make sure you go to the background and really speak
Yeah,
to the
absolutely.
people they worked with so you know
Absolutely.
if they scam them or not.
That's it.
Because there's a lot of scammers. Actually, we have to put that out there because this world is vicious.
Extremely. Listen, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Is.
But and if they can't show you theirs, don't listen to them. And that goes for everybody. I say it, people hate it, but don't I don't mind. Like,
Yeah.
show me yours, you know?
And that goes into our next question. What financial habits separate people who are still stuck, like the jealous friends,
Hmm.
from the people who level up, like the successful friends with their mortgage that went up to,
It's all the mindset. I love this
right.
question because I give an example. I did an interview a while back. It never came out. Never will come out because
Oh,
of this question that came out
right.
and the way I answered it. I think people felt a certain type of way,
Oh,
which is
okay.
fine.
Okay.
But I tell people your mindset has to be that it's not what you drive, it's where you park it.
Where you park it.
Now let me explain that to you.
Okay.
You can be out anywhere in a brand new Mercedes and it's
Right.
looking good, clean and shiny,
Right.
and you run into someone that you're interested in, you're
Mm-hmm.
talking to them,
Mm-hmm.
and that person says, okay, well, what do you do in life? This, that, no problem. But if you go and park that vehicle in front of a very small apartment that has no garage in a very bad neighborhood, and you don't have where you live set up properly, it means that your mentality is I want to show the world one thing, but
Mm-hmm.
my actual life that I
Life.
live doesn't match
Yeah.
that. Reverse it.
Right.
It's better for you to be on the metro on the bus, but you own your home because you're building towards something. A
Right.
vehicle will only depreciate. It will never
That,
give you anything other than what you
mhm.
see.
That's really good because we live in a world where image is like a lot, and in a world of Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, people portray lifestyles that they do not have. including influencers who are promoting such things.
Of course.
So it's very easy for people to start buying Gucci's and Versace's and very big levels, and
Mm-hmm.
then they have nothing in their bank accounts, but they show off and portray an image of having something,
Absolutely.
and that's very sad because that's a waste of money, if I may say. No, obviously it's not a waste if it's making you happy, but it's not the best way to spend your money.
No, no, it's a waste. No, 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 let's just be real. It's a waste. It is. Listen, you can have all those beautiful things, but if I can't come to you with a project and say, hey, you know what? There's a Plex here.
Right.
That's a good deal. Vanessa, me and you, we're going to go in 50-50 on it, and we're
Mm.
going to do this. And you're like, okay. And I'm like, so let's go to the bank, we'll pull our credits, and then we'll see what happens. And just an example, you would
Right.
be like, I can't pull my credit because this. Wait a minute.
Mm.
So you can't be out here speaking on what you can do for people and how you're going to help them, but you're not able to lead by example. So these are the type of things that I tell people: change the mindset. Who cares
Yeah.
what people think about you?
Right.
It's better to be good than to look good.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. This is very interesting. So, with finances, a lot of people have limited mindsets. We
Hmm.
all grew up from different backgrounds. Our parents all told us different things.
Of
Like
course.
you mentioned at the start, it's a taboo subject for a lot of people. But then also, let's talk about, the limited mindset
I
that we
love it.
have
Yep.
about money. Like, let's expand on that. How can we break that, the limited mindset that we have about money in general, so that we can feel free to use money as a tool, not
Exactly.
as something that needs to be placed in a bank and then just use it for bills, 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 and then that's it. So how can we change our mindset about money so that we can use it as something to invest, something to trust a professional with, because we have to really change our way of seeing money for us to be able to use it and grow it.
100%. I love this question.
Right.
And I would challenge someone: go drive through the Jewish neighborhood,
Mm,
go drive through the
okay.
Chinese neighborhood. Go
Mm-hmm.
drive and see how they do.
Go drive. Actually,
Go, no,
go.
no, go. Just
Not
drive
go.
through. And then what you'll see is they own everything on the street.
Right.
The kids stay at home until they're in their early 30s or until they get married, and all
Mm.
the money stays in the family. And then when they leave and they get married, their wedding gifts are houses.
Ooh. Did
I
you hear that?
mean, but because everyone pulled their money together. So
Right.
our mindset in our community, for example, is I got a little bit of money, I got to get a car because I got to show
Mm-hmm.
everybody that I'm doing better than them. I got to have the
Right.
nicest Jordans because I needed to
Right.
do this. You don't see that
Right.
in other communities. But
Right.
if we make it that, you know what, I'm going to save money and put myself in a position,
Right.
now what we can do is work together as a community
Right.
and own buildings and
Mm-hmm.
own whole streets of things. This is what I want to see. So, how do we
Yeah.
change that? Split your money up in four things, four ways. All right?
Yeah.
Bills, debts, savings, fun. This is the
Mm-hmm.
gem I want to give you guys for today. Every
Okay.
paycheck that comes in, split it into four. And when you
Okay.
do that, if all your bills are regular, when your debts get cleared, you'll have more money to go into savings. And
Mm-hmm.
when you have money in savings and no debts, then you'll have more fun. That's
Right.
it. Change your mindset in what you're doing today and watch how it's going to help you tomorrow.
Right, yeah, that's very good, because this is exactly what we need to be able to level up. And would you even, consider somebody who has that mindset from, like, their background has limited them,
Hmm.
and the direction to take. So basically, this is what we actually covered, as to our backgrounds, mindsets, or beliefs that really is a struggle for us to move forward in life, to be able to grow. So moving forward, Clark, let's talk about you, and as you are expanding, because you are not limiting here, all right? We're
No,
still,
no, no.
that's why I say you're gonna grow more successful, right?
Oh, yeah,
Because
I hope so.
our goal is to help as many people
As
as we can.
possible.
And do you know how many people are in the planet?
I don't know, but I'm trying to meet all of them. I want to meet every person
Right.
possible. So,
Exactly.
yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about it. How do you feel about, moving forward? Tell us about, how you're planning to grow your business, how you're planning to connect to more people. And yeah, let us hear your plans.
Absolutely. So, I mean, my business ventures grew from one to three to four, and I'm really
Yeah.
blessed. My wife also
Hmm.
is an entrepreneur.
Right. Oh,
Uh,
let's hear. We Clark.
Well,
we asked about the
yeah,
background, right?
see?
You better mention.
Yes, I know. It clicked. I didn't want to get in trouble. Don't worry, I was coming with
Right,
it. But
right,
yes,
because our audience
yes.
don't know. They may DM you, thinking, "Oh, well, Clark is cute,
No, no,
and
no, no, no. Chill.
I need some
Yeah,
advice."
no, no. It's all over.
You
It's
know.
all over all my profiles. I'm
So
proudly married.
let us
So yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
okay?
No, no, no. It's more. My wife. I have a 3-year-old daughter as
Right.
well. Uh, our household in
Mm-hmm.
general is built on entrepreneurship. We
Yeah.
both left corporate jobs making great figures because we wanted
Mm-hmm.
to have the freedom to be there for our daughter. So, and we said we're both going to take the risk together and we're going to build. And it's been the best thing we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ask me about my goals and I say a
Yeah.
lot of things have been achieved, well, we've already achieved what we really wanted to begin with. And
Mm-hmm.
my wife's businesses and her ventures keep growing, mine keep growing, and the goal obviously is to have more impact than anything else. So I want to work with people who feel they don't have access to the information needed. So this is why
Right.
I'm touring. Yeah, I'm in Ottawa, I'm in Toronto, I'm in Montreal, I'm
Right.
everywhere, even into the United States as well,
Oh, okay.
helping people. So
Okay. Okay. So you are working not just in Canada, you are also working in the US,
absolutely.
all over.
Absolutely. For
Okay.
example, in Florida, there are a lot of snowbirds. A lot of people from Quebec that retire and they live the winters in
Mm-hmm.
Florida. So I work with them as well to help them make sure that they have their resources properly handled in Canada
Right.
so that it helps their investments that they have in Florida for their retirement home. So
Oh,
I
wow.
work with
Okay.
all age gaps, all different incomes, because I want to make
Right.
sure everyone is prepared for what's to come.
Okay, okay, that's good to know. So it's not just limited here, people from the US as well, because I do have a lot of audience from the US. So that's actually really good to highlight
Absolutely.
because we do have people from US in here who are going to need your help,
Absolutely. I
really.
mean, I own property in Florida as well.
Oh,
My
nice.
wife's family is in Europe and
Nice.
in Africa, so
Oh,
we're
really?
literally
Okay.
international. So,
International,
financial
darling.
literacy has no borders. You got to remember that.
Exactly, exactly. So, yeah, we can actually take it everywhere.
Hmm.
Finances, we all need finances to survive. So there's no
Absolutely.
border at all. And we are reaching the end of our podcast. This has been a delight, to be honest. We learned so much advices, gems, and it's really needed. We all need this. We all need to actually just get rid of our own mindset, our own limiting beliefs about contacting experts, contacting people who need to help us, and about how to manage our money, how
Of
to
course.
our relationship with money needs to grow. We need to change that because it's important because the world runs around that. We
Absolutely.
need money to survive, right?
Absolutely.
So is there any words that you would like to conclude with our audience, let them know?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, procrastination is the biggest problem that we face, right, in our community. So make sure
Yeah.
you take the time to look at the bills that you pay and ask yourself, can I afford to continue at this pace? When will this stop? And ask yourself, what am I going to do to change my future? You have to take a step today. You spend more on dinners and nights out with your friends than you'll
Oh,
spend on a consultation
exactly.
call. You spent one time consultation call with me, discuss what you need and give yourself the clarity. And after that, you can make the decisions you want, but at least get informed. Because I think that's what kills us the most is that we just go on day by day surviving,
Right.
but we're not striving.
No, we're not.
So we have to strive, and by addressing what is holding us back, adjust so that we can put things in place so we can move forward.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. And also, you mentioned that you are a father or you are a husband, but you are
Mhm.
also a father, right?
Yes.
So even you having, children, how would you even go about, preparing them? I know we're closing, but
No, no,
let me
no.
just throw that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of parents, think, okay, maybe it's too late for me. Okay, I'm like, all right. How about your children? If you feel like it's too late for you, think about your children. So how would you even go about advising parents who have children to start, saving up and just preparing their way into
Start them
the
as young as
future.
possible. My daughter was 2 years old, and when we go to the grocery store, she knows how to pay with the points and then pay
Right,
with the credit card. She
right.
does it herself.
Herself.
So
Okay.
this has been instilled in her. Like if I
Mhm.
ever pull out my credit card to pay something, I didn't use my points card. Daddy, you got to use the point card
Mhm.
because she understands already. So start them young.
Yeah.
Be transparent with them. And you know what? Kill the taboo of we don't want to talk about finances. If you make a mistake as an adult, talk to your kids about it.
Yeah.
Show them your growth because that's going to help them understand that it's okay to make mistakes as long as you have a reaction to it.
That's actually really good. It's very good because us using excuses as okay, it's we are like this because our parents didn't do this
Hmm.
or it was taboo. But what about us? So
Yeah,
we are the parents now,
that's it.
and it's our responsibility to make it better for the future generations,
That's it.
right? So that's very important. It's something to look into, really, for your children. Tell them, and especially when you make a mistake, we're human, and
That's
being
it.
a parent, a parent doesn't excuse you from making mistakes. You're
Not at
not,
all.
you're not God, right? And it's okay to make a mistake and let them know, and it's okay to talk to them about money. It's not taboo. It's actually better for them to learn early about how to use it so that they don't misuse it,
That's it.
and or they don't actually get scammed.
It costs way
Yeah.
more to try to fix something than it
Mm.
is to be proactive and be ready. It costs so much more
Yeah.
money. So let's educate our children so that they grow up to be the adults and entrepreneurs that can work with other
Yeah.
entrepreneurs and they can have the resources and the availability of money to do what needs to be done. It starts with
Yeah,
us.
yeah. And as well, okay, so as you mentioned, you are here. So are you available in an office or you available to meet people? Where can
Everywhere.
people find you if somebody was looking into contacting you? They're like, yeah, but where are we gonna meet? Or
Oh, listen, we're in Montreal now.
right.
I live in Gatineau,
Oh,
2 hours
okay.
away, but I'm always
Okay.
in the city. I have the
In,
majority of my clients are here.
here in
Um,
downtown
Downtown,
Montreal.
Laval, the West Island, everywhere. But
Right.
I'm constantly doing workshops all
Oh,
throughout
okay.
Montreal, all
Okay.
throughout Ottawa, all throughout Toronto. So at any point in time, if you reach out to me and say, hey, I'm in this city, I would
Right.
love to attend one of your events, I will have someone reach out to you. And
Right.
then when an event is in your area, you'll be able to attend. This summer, I'll be everywhere. So there's
Okay,
always going to be
well,
an
tell
opportunity.
us a bit more. Is there events that the upcoming events maybe that our audience may attend if you have some upcoming events this
Absolutely.
summer?
If you follow my Instagram page, Clark the Financial Coach,
We are going to highlight it so
exactly.
that we can see it.
Then you'll see that there's workshop flyers already there. I'm working with
Okay,
communities right now,
right,
organizations. So if you have a community organization that you belong to and
right,
you want to have a financial coach come in and really teach you something, reach out to them, tell them to reach out to me. I collaborate with them. We'll
right.
gather as many people as we can and we'll bring you informative things that can help you. And I'm going to feed you too.
Oh,
So
wow. Oh,
I have my
food.
clients who have businesses.
Right,
So I always include all my clients in every one of my business ventures.
right.
So if I do an event, you're gonna eat great food. We're gonna educate
Nice,
you. We're gonna
nice.
basically nourish the mind and the body at the same
And the
time.
body. Oh, thank you so much, Clark. This has been a delight. Honestly, we really grew from this podcast episode. We learned a lot. And of course, this is just the tip. This is a short interview. So I really would encourage people to reach out to you for finances, for credits.
Absolutely, and
And
vice versa. They need to reach out to you. Get the book. There's a lot of great
right.
information here.
Oh, yeah,
So
for sure, for
listen,
sure.
people that look like you are bringing you information that you can use. So
Yeah,
use your resources. Reach
yeah,
out because you can be in the same position we are this time next year. There's
yeah.
nothing that stops you except for you.
Yeah, and don't feel like, okay, I'm gonna make them richer, so I'm not reaching out. But no, you're stopping your own blessing, right? Because
No,
it's
no, no,
like
no, no, no.
that's not the mindset to have. Because
Believe
some
me.
some people do feel like that. It's like,
No,
no, the consultation is free, and we are
no.
gonna give you a lot of information. So you're not making me richer
I can assure
by
you, I'm not getting rich from doing this.
from
This is not where my financial money comes from. This is more
yeah,
community based.
yeah,
And the consultations are not free for me. You pay $50 for the consultation. But
right,
if you start a program with me,
right,
get credited at $50. I don't want the money. The reason
right.
I charge $50, to be honest, is so that you show up.
So you show up
No,
and
honestly, it's the only reason
yeah,
because people will cancel, then I'm losing time.
yeah.
Invest in yourself. What is $50 to spend an hour with someone who's going to really give you something that is of value? It's nothing.
Exactly. Something that would literally change the
Literally.
trajectory of your life.
And that's a guarantee. If you do a
Yeah.
call with me and you're not happy with it, I'll give you back the $50. It's not. It's not
Right.
a problem. It's more about you showing up,
Yeah.
being vulnerable,
Hmm.
and expressing your situation so that you can receive the help you need.
Exactly, exactly. So you heard it. For real estate, call me. I'm available on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, and I'm here to help you. I'll be glad to assist you. And yeah, we can just have a chat. Feel free to contact me. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch Rising to Realness. We appreciate you. We appreciate the love we receive. Thank you so much. And we'll continue to grow. We'll continue to do better. And we have amazing guests. Our guests are very special. Our
Thank you.
guests, yeah, we select them very specifically. So we are very honored to have you here, and we really wanted you here.
Thank you. I'm very
So
honored to be here. Thank you for the invite. It's
yeah,
it's good to see a platform that's really helping the community and
yeah,
bringing positivity forward. It's not a
yeah.
podcast of just
No
nonsense.
gossip
Yeah, no, no, no,
or
no.
you
You,
know.
you you're bringing something that's positive to the community. So I
Right.
commend you for your work and what you do, and
Thank you
and,
so
and
much.
pick up the
Appreciate
book. All
it.
right. Support who supports you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Clark. Okay. And yeah, so we catch you soon. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely.
Bye bye.